ಬಿಡು ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ
ಓಶ್
ಡಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ತೋರ್ಸು ನೀ ಇವಳು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಂದೀಪ್ ಹುಚ್ಚು ದೊಡ್ಡದು ನನಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಾನು My shooting director asked me, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Born ready." Richard.M.Nixon, born on 9th January 1913 in California in the United States of America, died on 22nd April 1994 in New York City. Richard.M.Nixon said, "Remember, always give your best. Never get discouraged. Never be petty. Always remember, others may hate you, but those who hate you don't win unless you hate them, and then you destroy yourself." Richard Millows Nixon was the 37th President of the United States, serving from 1969 until 1974. Member of the Republican Party, Nixon previously served as a 36th Vice President from 1953 to 1961, having risen to national prominence as a representative and senator from California. Out of 5 years in the White House that saw the conclusion to the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, detente with the Soviet Union and China, and the establishment of the Environmental Protection Agency, he became the early president to resign from the office following the Watergate scandal. Richard.M.Nixon said, "Remember always, give your best." Remember means go back to your roots, go back to your family tree, go back to your joint family system, go back and ask yourself, "Who am I?" And as a Christian, he said, "Knock and the door shall be open." Go. Remember means be conscious. Remember to give your best. Knock and the door shall be open. Ask and it is given. This body, if you knock, it gives you. Even if you have not saved it, it is always saved. Yes. Even if you are unconscious also, the mind was always conscious. The heart knew the best. So give your best. Nothing is lost. When you write a check and give off, you feel the materialistic money is gone down, but this spiritual body, this loving body, how much ever love you give, it never ends. It is like a bottomless well. The more the love you give, the more it keeps coming. Remember, always you give the best you give from your body, and very next second you can see another new best is opening a new path, not the old path. And the old is always in the hard disk. It is always there. It never moves out. You cannot even move it out. Such is the power. Even in the hard disk, if you know the tactics to remove, you can remove it up, but not this hard disk. Try to understand. Richard.M.Nixon, when I looked at his course, I didn't want to speak about Nixon. But then when I looked into course, I was shocked. A man has got that kind of a power. Whatever Krishna has said, exactly almost the same words Richard.M.Nixon was talking. And it is very, very close to Jesus Christ, what kind of man he is, and where it must have been a very beautiful, powerfully aged out man. Richard.M.Nixon, remember always, give your best. Like Lalu Prasad Yadav, the most hated man by many people. For me, he was always a Zen master, because he came from nothing and created a flavor in the whole of Bihar and it's always a happy mood for all of India to, whenever news comes about Lalu Prasad, to look into that, so that they get a chance to throw the stones at him. In one of Al Pacino's movie, I do not know whether it is the Scarface, I think. Al Pacino goes to the restaurant with his wife, and they had an argument, and she throws the wine into the face of Al Pacino. Al Pacino gets up and she walks off. She gets up and starts screaming, and suddenly all the posh, good-looking people in the restaurant looks at him. What kind of person has come to the restaurant? And Al Pacino looks at everybody and he says, "You people are all looking at me. You know why you are all looking at me? Because you all think you are all the best. Yes. If I am the bad man. If I, the bad man, was not there, how did you all become the best? How did you become the good man?" Just connected. Remember, always give your best. And Lalu Prasad Yadav said, give your best. Means he found out how to give the best. He himself must have given the best, but people took it as a joke because nobody likes to be given the best. He given everything from his body, from his mind, from his mouth, whatever comes out. It is for the people to find out what best suits you and then stabilize it up. He gave the best. He said, I have HF cows, and if I do not draw the last drop of milk from the HF cow, the cow will fall sick and you lose the profit. If you take out the last drop of milk from the cow, the last drop, cow will be healthy and you will have your profit. And the same thing applied in the railways to have profits. Remember, always give your best. Richard.M.Nixon said, give the best. And to give your best, you do not have to do anything. It was always there with you. It is always there. You have to be always conscious. You should always have your activity moving. You should have a deep, intimate relationship with anything and everything. The moment you say this and that, and then you cannot give your best. And when you don't give your best, it gets constipated, and then disease will be your friend, and he will take you to a place called hospital. And hospital, there's a place called a surgeon's place, and the butchers are standing there to cut you into pieces. You accepted that. A cracked bell never sounds bell. Once the body is cracked in the hospital, once they cut you, it never sounds well, because you become a slave to the people who are standing on the other side of the shop, telling you, the prescription given by the doctor telling you, listen to me, I am now Rakum Guruji, I am now the Swamiji, I am now the bishop. Now it's a gospel of truth from God. If you don't listen and take this medicine throughout your life, my factories will close, my pharmaceuticals company will close, so you best shut your mouth and take it, and you become a slave. Remember, always give your best. To give your best, you have to have a deep, intimate relationship with your body. When you start loving your body, you start jumping and dancing. And Richard.M.Nixon will never get discouraged. How could you get discouraged? Unless and until you wanted to grab, you want to become a robber to get something. When you are traveling, when you're climbing the mountain, do not turn back to look how far you climbed. But you hitting the target is very, very important. To reach the point, never get discouraged. Never be petty. I always tell my children, when you're going to Brigade Road, on the way in Lakshmipuram, in Indiranagar, all these people start barking at you, and you stop to solve the problem, you will not reach Brigade Road. Just your focus is Brigade Road. Go there, buy the material and come back. Never be petty. You become petty because somebody else is talking. If somebody else is talking, if you are conscious, then anybody talks, it's like S.P. Subramaniam's or Yeshudas song coming out, you will just enjoy. You will not dissect what is inside the song. Always remember, Richard.M.Nixon said, always remember, others may hate you. Remember, others may hate you because they are unconscious. They are slave. Only a slave, an unconscious person can hate you. Please understand. And victory is not on their side. But Richard.M.Nixon said, but those who hate you don't win. Those who hate you don't win. How will they win? Because they have not removed the last drop of the talent from the body every day. They have not had a deep, intimate relationship with the wife and the children and the family. They did not work with the family to create the joint family system, create the family tree. And they can never win unless you hate them. Those who hate you don't win unless you hate, unless you get remote control. When they hate you, when they shout at you, you shout back, you allow them to remote control. When they say something and you try to dissect it, then problems start. When a wife says anything from her mouth, it's gospel or truth. It's a song of S.P. Subramanian Yeshudas coming out from the mouth. You just enjoy the song. The moment you start dissect, then you hate it, you start fighting. Same when the husband says anything coming out from the mouth is gospel. If you understand that, hate becomes nothing. And Richard.M.Nixon said, and then you destroy yourself. The moment you hate, you destroy yourself. Richard.M.Nixon said, remember, always give your best. Never get discouraged. Never be petty. Always remember, others may hate you. But those who hate you don't win unless you hate them. And then you destroy yourself. This is my 296th small talks.